Hey, my name's Yasmine, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about my career in the financial services industry. I'm a financial advisor for one of the world's largest investment banks and have been in financial services for just over 7 years. When I began my career in advising, I was chasing money. That was seriously all I had in mind. I wanted to make a lot of money and take a lot of trips and have a nice house. And when you think of luxury and the images that come up on Google, that's the life that I wanted. Over the last 7 years, my views, goals, and mission have changed drastically. And my primary focus as a financial advisor now is to help ensure my clients think of me for all of their needs, which not only includes financial advice and planning, but also how to live their best lives. It's about taking care of yourself, your family, your friends, community, and your finances. Um, Over the past 7 years, it's been a real roller coaster to say the least. But I have never been deterred from my end goal that I set whenever I graduated from college. When I graduated, I jumped straight into my field and have not regretted it in any way since. I get to really see people's dreams come true and help them make those dreams come true. So my relationship with a lot of families is very intricate and necessary to being the best advisor I can be. So I have to be a great people person. And I would like to say that I am. So the biggest advice that I could give to my past self is to never stop learning. I had, just as everybody in their career, I've gone through many hiccups. As I mentioned, this has been a roller coaster. And my lowest point I feel came whenever I thought that I had really reached the peak of my career or my learning. And so I felt I had all the answers. And shortly after, um, I had to take an exam, which is the exam that allows you to be an advisor, which is your Series 7. And I thought that I could be the candidate that goes in there without ever studying or opening the book. And I failed and I lost my job and I lost everything. And that's what shaped my view to being more so having a missionary mindset. And that's what's really helped me grow over the past, I'll have to say, 3 years. The missionary mindset really comes into play in terms of thinking, how can what I'm doing help somebody else? So whenever I'm faced with obstacles and adversity, I think, is the end goal going to help somebody else? So then everything else really becomes easier for me to go through whenever I know or feel that what I'm doing is helping another family. The most challenging part of my career would have to have come whenever I lost my job, thinking that I had learned everything and not knowing that opening that book would have really expanded my knowledge and potentially helped me pass the exam on the first try. Um, it was very, very frustrating to know that I felt I had all of the capabilities to be the best advisor, but without that exam, it really didn't matter. So it was very motivating in that failure that I then become the best advisor that I can for myself and for my clients and for my family. Um, the least challenging part that I've experienced thus far is learning the markets. Finance has always been something, after I read an article on George Soros, finance has always been something that I wanted to go into, and understanding the markets. And it's always been very interesting to me. I've been driven by learning more about, the financial crisis of 2008 and the Bernie Madoffs and Ponzi schemes and those things, to really understand the intricate values of money and not just making and spending money. So the education and literacy piece, I would have to say, helps with anyone who finds the markets as a challenging area of finance. And as I had mentioned before, motivating you through those tasks would come from, having that missionary mindset and just knowing that the skills that you're learning and the information that you're pulling in on finance can really help someone else's life and someone else's family. Transferable skills needed, absolutely, I would have to go with communication. On a day to day basis, the markets have been very volatile. So sometimes you have good news, sometimes you have bad news, sometimes you have to speak on some family's death or really unfortunate events. But then there's those good moments too. But having that open communication and being able to convey the message that you're trying to put forth for your clients is very, very important. Um, and yes, communication. I'm sorry, I just can't stress that enough. Communication. And as far as career trajectory, Um, financial advising is a very entrepreneurial field. So you start where you want and you end where you want. I work with many individuals who have come out of the music industry or teaching. We come from many different backgrounds, but the goal is the same, and that's helping others and being a service to others. And so you start where you want and you end where you want. And as long as your goal is to help others and not chase a dollar, then you will be successful in this field. Um, and as far as contacting me for any other information or any questions, you can reach me on my cell phone, which is 412-944-1233, or my email, which is Yasmine, Yasmine, Brooks, Brooks, 413 at gmail.com. I hope that this information helps, and if I can provide anything else, just give me a text.